Hi everybody, I'm Jack and this is Raw Tropical Living. Thanks for joining me again this evening. Yeah, it's evening where I am. This was one of those videos that I just had to do it right now. I was just about to take a shower and brush teeth and go get in the bed and, watch some videos, do some research, what I do in the evening. But I read something last night that was just too good. I almost, I thought about it last night and then I'm like, nah, maybe I don't need to read an article to people for a video. But in my opinion, this is probably the most important information I've shared. Of all the, it has nothing to do with food, has nothing to do with that. But I really consider this to be beneficial and I just had to share it with you guys. Like part of the title, I used part of the title in there, 5 Regrets of the Dying. Think about these. Number 5 is a real epiphany. But they were all epiphanies to me, to be honest with you. 5 was pretty heavy too. After many years of feeling unfulfilled at her job, Bronnie Ware set out to find something that resonated with her soul. She ended up in palliative care, where she spent many years helping those who were dying. Sometime later, she compiled a list of the 5 most common regrets expressed by the people she cared for. The list she collected gained huge popularity, and we're sharing it with you here today because it's something all of us should keep in mind. Even though it can be hard to think about this stuff is really important for your happiness right here and now. Number 1, I wish I'd had the courage to live a life true to myself, not the life others expected of me. And she says, this was the most common regret of all. When people realize that their life is almost over and look back clearly on it, it is easy to see how many dreams have gone unfulfilled. Most people had not honored even a half of their dreams and had to die knowing that it was due to choices they had made or not made. Health brings a freedom very few realize until they no longer have it. Health brings a freedom very few realize until they no longer have it. See, I didn't really pick that sentence up. That's pretty deep. Number 2, I wish I hadn't worked so hard. This came from every male patient that I nursed. They missed their children's youth and their partner's companionship. Women also spoke of this regret, but as most were from an older generation, many of the female patients had not been breadwinners. All of the men I nursed, all of the men, not a few, all of the men I nursed deeply regretted spending so much of their lives on the treadmill of a work existence. I mean, how good is this stuff? Is this not just pure truth or not? Number 3, I wish I'd had the courage to express my feelings. Many people suppress their feelings in order to keep peace with others. As a result, they settled for a mediocre existence and never became who they were truly capable of becoming. Many developed illnesses relating to the bitterness and resentment they carried as a result. Number 4, man, this one hit me. I actually reached out last night. I wish I had stayed in touch with my friends. Often they would not truly realize the full benefits of old friends until their dying weeks, and it was not always possible to track them down. Many had become so caught up in their own lives that they had let golden friendships slip by over the years. There were many deep regrets about not giving friendships the time and effort that they deserve. Everyone misses their friends when they are dying. Everyone. And number 5, I wish that I had let myself be happier. You hear that? See, now that's reinforcing what I'm always trying to say and what really has grabbed me more than anything about food or the health stuff in the last little bit over 2 years. Letting myself be happy. It's a switch. You turn it. If you're not clinically depressed and it's not something physical, it's a switch. You turn it. This is a surprisingly common one. Many did not realize until the end that happiness is a choice. They had stayed stuck in old patterns and habits. The so-called comfort of familiarity overflowed into their emotions as well as their physical lives. Fear of change had them pretending to others and to themselves that they were content when deep within they longed to laugh properly and have silliness in their life again. When I read that, it was like somebody had slapped me in the face, especially number 4. I mean, I reached out to a friend. I've got a good friend out there that we're both 50. He'll be 51 soon. He was a little bit older than me, 7 or 8 months, but we played in a crib together. I mean, our parents were friends at this apartment complex before we were born, and my parents lived there briefly when I was born. I mean, the house we have now, we moved into when I was a few months old. But I mean, literally, this is a friend I played with in the crib. I mean, we played as children. I remember that. His family was like family to me. I spent the night at his house. When my parents went out of town, they were the second family. I loved his mother and father. I loved his little brother. And we've, you know, I've been, through Facebook, I've come reacquainted with his wife. Actually, he doesn't do Facebook very much, and I've come to have quite a good friendship with his wife. She's a delightful person. But yeah, first thing I did, I'm getting off point, first thing I did after reading that last night was send her a message, and I said, you guys got Skype? If you don't have Skype, I will call you through my Skype account, because I pay like 2 cents a minute. She said they have Skype, so I think I'm going to wait. I have a little better connection when I go to the States next time, but I'm going to reacquaint with this guy. I mean, I love this guy, man. When he had his 50th birthday party, you know, they reached out to me. I sent a video because I couldn't be there, but yeah, I love this guy. But all of these wisdoms here, all of these wisdoms, they're deep. You know, when I read them, I'm just like, wow. And it's so much true. Letting yourself be happier. I mean, what's the problem? What's the holdup? If you don't have a mental illness, you're not clinically depressed. If you're clinically depressed, I understand that's something physical. That's something way beyond my grasp, and I feel for people that deal with that. But I'm not talking to them. Not having the courage to express your feelings. This goes back to, you know, I did a video just for the women a while back. I think women have a problem like that more so than men. But no, because men are expected to be a certain way, so a lot of times men will hide more tender feelings, their emotions. I won't say I hide them. I'm not terribly comfortable with emotions just because, I don't know, I've never been real like that. I'm not real touchy-feely, but I'm also, it's not because I have some sort of fear of being ridiculed for showing my emotions. Just not comfortable getting emotional around people. I don't know. I wish I hadn't worked so hard. Chasing that materialism. North America, the Western world knows all about that. Most people I know don't even really know the true difference between need and want. They're living a miserable life, sitting in a cubicle under fake light, driving to work, you know, sitting in rush hour traffic, all to pay for this house. And I'm stealing this. This is a little slogan that people stay around. All to pay for this house, and they don't have any time to spend to pay for cars, to do this and that. And in the end, you know, they're just missing out. You know, if you don't, just because I don't have a family, I'm not one of these people that's anti-family or whatever. Man, you should take time. Those are the most important people in your life. It's not about this green thing that we put in our hands. It's about the people in our life. And I wish I'd had the courage to live a life true to myself, not the life others expected of me. Parents' expectations, sibling expectations, spouse expectations. It's a short life, people. Listen, when it comes to the end, and you're going to get this, I believe that before we die, I believe that if we have that time, or maybe there's a period, right, you will get those answers, and you're going to know. Or maybe you just get that clarity right before you die, but you're going to know. You're going to accept that before you die, unless you have an abrupt death and you don't have any time to think about it. But get in touch with what's important. Get in touch with what's really important. Don't leave anything undone. Don't leave anything unsaid. I remember, I think it's from the book Tuesdays with Morrie, which is a wonderful book also, where he says, forgive everybody, everything. I don't want to go to my grave with any hate, with any regret, with any guilt, with anything unsaid. And I want to live a life. I want to live a full life. I don't want to exist. I don't want any part of your little rat race and running around in circles and blah, 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 blah. No, I got to go do this and I'm blah, blah, blah. Just screw that. Life is for living. Life is for living every day. It's not for living 2 days. It's not for living for those 2 days a week. Monday through Friday. If you hate Monday through Friday and all you think about is Saturday, make changes. People in your life you haven't talked to in years, they've fallen out of your life. Especially the ones you didn't even have a falling out with, people that have just kind of drifted away. Get in touch with those people. Tell your children you love them. Tell your spouses you love them. Tell your parents you love them. Hell, tell a stranger tomorrow you love them. Anyhow, just wanted to share that with you guys. Thanks for watching and have a beautiful evening. Peace.